Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Better Call Saul. This week we got to see Better Call Saul Season 1, Episode 4, which was called Hero. Take off the space blanket, Chuck. Come on. Take off the blanket. Alright, so I want to apologize, didn't get the review done for you guys the night of release. I just got a chance to actually do it now, so I was able to upload it for you guys. So, oh man, Better Call Saul Episode 4, Hero. Okay, so Episode 3 was the best we had seen so far, and now I'm going to say it again, Episode 4 was actually even better. I would have to say. I mean, in terms of comedy, it was definitely better. Maybe not in terms of drama, but I laughed just hysterically so many times during this episode. It was just an absolute riot. Probably the two best was, of course, at the end. Spoiler warning. So you've got the newspaper issue where Jimmy or Saul, he refuses to give Chuck, the newspaper, right? So then Chuck is forced to actually go, and steal one from one of his neighbors. So he's got, how he's got the fear of electricity and everything. So he puts on his space blanket. He gets across the street, and I just love the way they're showing it. Like he's looking and you see all these like shaking and like blurry. You see the the power lines and everything, and he's just all he's all freaking out, but he's able to grab it. And when they show the neighbor lady who is looking out her window as this just old crazy kook in a space blanket that looked like a cape, steal her newspaper. And run back to his house. I fell out of my chair. I was on the floor. I just could not stop laughing. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Just so perfect and so awesome. Just the look, she just looks like totally neutral. Like she just has no idea what she's seeing as this old guy in a space aluminum cape running off with her newspaper. Oh man, so funny. So that one was just out of this world hilarious. And then in addition to that, we had the one earlier where at first, the whole hero part, the name of the episode, and it was done really well because we didn't know what was happening either. We weren't in on it as it was occurring. So when it's happening, it all seems legit. But then as he's going up the ladder, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't a Slip and Jimmy type thing, is it? And then when he pulls him up and everybody's all, happy and everything that he saved him, when he puts the hand out and they do the hand thing, you just knew right away. It was like, oh man, So when he slapped hands with him too, that was another part where I almost fell out of my chair too. I laughed so hard. It was just, oh, it was so funny, man. And then there was another one, too, actually, that was really good. It was just when Kim, his friend from the HHM, I believe it's HHM, law company that she works for, Hamlin, right? And so she comes and she talks to him at the nail salon, and when he's claiming total innocence over the billboard, like as if he hasn't done anything right, and she brings up that he put it at Hamlin's exit, so that every day when Hamlin drives to work, he has to see this billboard of Saul when he's got the same suit as he wears, pretty much down to the detail, even the hair, the dyed hair that tries to match him. Man, just so clever, so funny, because it's just great, because it's like Hamlin is like our villain, so to speak, but he's not. He's not like one of your Breaking Bad villains where you got to be totally fearful of him coming to kill you or something like Gus Fring or any of the villains, Tuco, or any of the other villains we had from Breaking Bad. But instead he's just this legitimate, like he's a legitimate lawyer, right? But he's a legitimate lawyer asshole, right? That isn't willing to give Chuck really what Chuck deserves, isn't willing, it's in the name, isn't it? Hamlin or something, and McGill, right? So, he really, Chuck should be given a large portion as a buyout, or he should own, a good portion of the company. But it sounds like I'm not too keen on all the technical details because I've only seen the episodes like maybe twice each, and I haven't paid that much attention. But it just basically Hamlin's screwing him is the idea, that he's screwing Chuck and he's giving him a little bit when really Chuck should be loaded, like he should own a third of the place, and that whole thing, if his name's in the damn, he would have been one of the founders, I would imagine, of this law firm. So man, it just works out so funny that this is what Jimmy had up his sleeve all along. This was his whole plan, that he's going to personally kind of attack him when he retaliates. That's going to happen, and then he's going to pull this publicity stunt that totally looks legit but isn't, in order to get attention. And then he starts getting calls. He's got, what did they say, 7 on his voicemail. So really, really funny. Can't wait to see kind of what happens with this the rest of the season and what happens with the Hamlin situation. How eventually he has to change his name to Saul. If he's able to, I don't know, maybe harass Hamlin so much that Hamlin gets to the point where he either agrees to give Chuck his portion or he's willing to just, pay Jimmy to change his name or something, or buy him out. That's what I'm thinking they're going with it. But just really funny, and also a different direction at the beginning, that he actually takes the money from the Kettlemans, which I didn't think he was going to do. I really didn't think so, because he kept saying no at first, and I was like, is he going to take it? Is he not going to take it? Because we know he hates them so much, and we know he wants them to just burn, right? But at the same time, he is totally broke, and this is a lot of money she's handing him. These are like, what were they, 50s or 100s? And you've got like stacks and stacks and stacks. So, a lot of cash, obviously enough to pay for this billboard and everything else he did. So, another awesome episode of Better Call Saul. I mean, if you guys saw it, let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you think about the series. I almost want to say I don't think it can get any better, but I almost think it's going to, because it keeps sequentially. I thought the premiere was amazing premiere. Then the second episode, I'm like, is even better. The third episode is even better. Then the fourth episode, it's like, okay, they've done their first 3, which were amazing. Now it's going to get onto some kind of regular pace, right? And then it was even funnier than any of the others, and I just fell out of my chair laughing so many times, because it's just perfect for me and the type of comedy that I like, which is, I like comedy where it's not overpowering, where it's naturally kind of occurring, and you just see kind of some silly things. And I love that about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, where they have the comedy, but it's not so focused on comedy that you can't take anything seriously. You can take things seriously, still enjoy it, have fun, and then when the comedy happens, it feels very natural. And I love that, especially the space blanket thing and Jimmy without all of his schemes and stuff. We saw earlier one of his Ponzi schemes before the intro. So he's been doing this a while. He's not new at this or anything. So in terms of a score for a 4th regular episode, I'm going to give this one a perfect score. I think I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. This was amazing. I just put a smile on my face, made me feel great. I'm going to watch it again probably tomorrow or the next day. I just really loved it a lot. Let me know what you guys thought about episode hero of Better Call Saul and what you think about the series so far. I am hooked. I will watch this show until it is no longer this show. I'm thinking when it ends is going to be the first part of Breaking Bad. Like the final scene in Better Call Saul, the final episode, will probably be the part when, just before maybe Saul meets Walt and Jesse or something, or something like that, just before he meets him. So let me know what you guys think about all of that, what you thought about this episode and the series. And if you like this quick review, please thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share it. If you've got a Facebook, click the share below. It does help me out. Favorite it also helps me out. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, click right there to subscribe. That's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one. As always, it's Trev. Same peace.